Okay, children, so now that we are done with 2 units of English literature, we are going to start with grammar. I love grammar. It is the most easiest thing ever. If your basic concepts of English is clear, you are good to go. There is a few things about grammar that you have to know. When you speak in English with your friends in public, with each other, make sure that you speak correct English, correct grammar. Otherwise, it's not sensible speaking in English in front of others. They'll be like, oh, okay, you don't know English. Oh, so you have a poor English. So you have to be very confident and you have to be clear with your basics in English. That is how you can speak it very confidently. So children, the most basic and the most common thing in English language is communication. First, I am going to talk about communication before I explain you the whole chapter. This is the most basic thing about this book. Communication, communicating properly in a proper term. So English, why we give so much importance to English? That is because it is the most common language that is used all around the world. English is used all around the world. If you go to a different country, say Dubai, or you go to Hong Kong, you can not speak in their language. Yes, you don't know Chinese and you don't know Arabic. So it is the most common language that is used all around the world to communicate. Yes, I personally did not realize how communication is important until I realized, speaking in public. That is when I went out and I met different people, I spoke to different people, I realized how communicating in a proper language using proper terms is very, very necessary. Exactly. So that's what I'm trying to explain you guys, that speak using proper grammar. So children, for that, your base in English language, that is your grammar, should be very clear. If your grammar is clear, you are good to go. You can speak English very confidently in public. You have nothing to be worried about while speaking in public. Even when you are small, you have to learn very basic things. That is how you can, speak in English very confidently. So reading, and we're going to start with sentences. When we need to express a thought, we speak or write certain words in a certain order. Such group of ordered words should make complete sense. Okay, so there is a few things that in a sentence you have to take care about, that they are arranged in a certain order and they have to make complete sense. That is how you form a correct sentence. A sentence is an ordered group of words that makes complete sense or is meaningful. Okay, so the two most important terms in this sentence is it should be meaningful and it should make complete sense. These are the two terms that you have to be very careful about while making a sentence. My name is Caroline. I am a teacher. You are my student. These are all sentences, right? So these are all arranged in a proper form and these make complete sense. Okay, children, so there are a few things that you always have to remember while making any sentences. Okay, so for instance, a sentence should always begin with a capital letter. Always. Every sentence, first word, first letter should always be capital. Okay, no small words. The words should be ordered in a certain way to make meaningful sentence. So when you are arranging the sentences, the order should always be correct. Yes, it should be placed orderly so that it forms a meaningful sentence. A sentence should always end with a full stop. I hope you all know this thing, that always a sentence starts with a capital letter and ends with a full stop. Okay, so I'm going to give you a few sentences. The first sentence, first word, first letter, always capital and ends with a full stop, and it should form meaningful sentences. So it should be arranged properly. I'm going to show you a few examples from which you will know how to form a sentence. So now let's learn more about sentences. A sentence can be divided into two parts. First, the person, place, thing or emotion that is spoken about. Okay, about the names. Those are the naming parts. Ram, Sham, Thailand, Dubai, Hong Kong. These are all naming parts. We are naming people, place, anything. So we are naming it. What is said, described about a person, place, thing or emotion is doing part. So a sentence is divided into two parts. First, naming part, and second, doing part. First, when we name something, and second, when we are doing something. So I'm going to show you a few more interesting examples about these also. Let's check it out. Children, here we have a very good example and a very easy example. She has a pet dog. So she is denoting a person. She is denoting as in some person. So she is the naming part, has a pet dog. What does she has? A pet dog. So a pet dog is a doing part. She has a pet dog. So she is the naming part, has a pet dog is a doing part. So this is the two difference that we are talking about in a sentence. First, when we name something, and second, when we are doing something. So I'm going to show you a few more interesting examples about these also. Let's check it out. Ahead we are also given some examples of what is a correct and incorrect sentence. I do not. Doesn't make any sense. I do not. No, it does not make complete sense. So it is an incomplete sense. It is not a sentence. I do not like. I do not like. What do you don't like? That is also a incomplete sentence. I do not like. That doesn't make any sense. मुझे नहीं पसंद. क्या नहीं पसंद? Yeah, it's not mentioned properly. So this is an incomplete sentence. I do not like bananas. Okay, now this is a sentence. What you don't like? Bananas. So they are telling you what they don't like. So I do not like bananas. Yeah, so banana. Is breakfast eating he? Okay, what? Is breakfast eating he? Does it make any sense, children? No, it does not make any sense. First of all, the first word is small letter and there is no full stop. Plus, the whole sentence is not arranged properly. So, it does not make a meaningful order. It is not a sentence. He is eating breakfast. Now, the same sentence is arranged properly. First letter of the first word is capital, ending with a full stop, arranged in a proper way. He is eating breakfast. It is a meaningful order for a sentence. Okay, children, now let's know more about some sentences. Let's know more interesting facts about sentences. The naming part in a sentence is called as a subject. The subject indicates the person or thing that does the action. The doing part in the subject is called as the predicate. The predicate describes the action that the subject does, or the predicate refers to the rest of the sentence beginning with verb. Thus, a sentence is made up of two parts, subject and predicate. Okay, children, so the difference that we were talking about, the naming part and the doing part. The naming part is the subject and the doing part is the predicate. So children, if you turn back your pages, The two difference that we were talking about was the naming part and the doing part. We are calling the naming part as the subject. She, that's the subject, and has a pet dog, which was the doing part, is now the predicate. Okay, so now you understand the naming part is called as the subject, the doing part is called as the predicate. And we have the first exercise of our chapter, and it says separate the following sentences into subject and predicate. Children, let's do the first one. These grapes are sour. Okay, so these grapes are sour is our first sentence. These grapes are sour. These grapes is our subject. Are sour is the predicate. Here you have the answer blank, and you can start filling your answers over here. Children, here we have rest of our exercise, and I want you all to try it first. Then we all will discuss all the answers and you guys can check it. Children, this was our very first unit of our English grammar, the sentence. We learned very interesting things about a sentence, how to speak sentence, how to rearrange a sentence, how to form a complete sense in a sentence, how to start a sentence. We have to always start a sentence in a capital letter. How to end a sentence, always end a sentence with a full stop, and arrange a sentence in a proper sequence to form meaningful words. We also learned today that there are two differences in a sentence. In a sentence, there are two parts, naming part and doing part. We call the naming part as the subject. We call the doing part as a predicate. Okay, and then you have to do all the exercises, so I hope you can do it. You have any problem, you can ask me. Alright, so till then, stay safe, eat healthy, and let's fight coronavirus together by staying inside. Thank you.